morning children, welcome to our channel BRC Maths Academy. Today in this video session we are going to learn the first chapter of 9th class, real numbers. What are the real numbers and which type of numbers are included under real numbers? How can we denote real numbers and what are the uses of real numbers? Like that everything we will learn it now. Okay? But in your lower classes you have already discussed about such type of numbers like n, w, z and q, isn't it? N stands for the natural numbers. You already know n stands for natural numbers. Natural numbers are also called as counting numbers. How they will start? The starting will be from 1 onwards. 1, 2, 3, 4, so on. Up to infinity type of numbers we have. Infinitive number of values will be there. Means the smallest number will be 1 and the highest number we don't know. Why? Because it is infinity. Why these are called counting numbers? Means to count any objects we will start from 1, 2, 3, 4 like that. So natural numbers, other name we can say it as counting numbers also. Okay, this is about natural numbers. Now the next one is W. W stands for whole numbers, isn't it? Whole numbers are represented with W. And 0 comes before this set. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. Means here the smallest number becomes 0. And the similarity same. It will be infinity number of values will be there. It continues like that. Next, Z. Z stands for integers. Integers are denoted with Z, or you can say with I also. How this will be? You take down the whole numbers. On the left hand side take negative values like this, minus 1, minus 2, minus 3 like that. It continues on left hand side completely. Whereas on the right hand side you are seeing that all positive numbers will be there. And also 0 will be there. Means the combination of positive, negative numbers and 0 are called integers. Okay. And if you see 0, 0 will be neither positive nor negative. It won't comes under the part of positive numbers and under the part of negative numbers. We have to say 0 is neither positive nor negative. So for 0, we should not keep any negative value or positive value. We should not keep like this. We should not write like this. So this is about integers. And then coming to Q. Q stands for rational numbers. Rational numbers. Rational numbers are denoted with Q. Which numbers are called rational numbers? You already know. The numbers which can be written in which form? In the form of P by Q, where Q should not be equal to 0. Means the denominator we should not take 0. What happens if you take 0 as the denominator? Means it undefines. If you take example, you can take any one as example like 2 by 3, 5 by 6, minus 3 by 4. 0 also we can write 0 by 1 like that. So like this we can say its formation like P by Q, but we can't able to say like this, the starting number and ending number, like that we can't able to say. Why? Because infinity number of rational numbers will be there between two rational numbers. So these are the rational numbers Q. So if you see, natural numbers are included in whole numbers, and all these whole numbers are included in integers, and all integers are included in rational numbers. Means one will be subset to the other one. Means we can represent like this. N is a subset to W, and that is subset to Z. That will be subset to Q. So one is subset to the other one. Okay. This is regarding the representation. So this complete set we will call it as rational numbers Q. Apart from that, let us consider another one, irrational numbers Q dash, represented with Q dash or S. So which are irrational numbers? Means for this opposite, means irrational. How can you define them? The numbers which cannot be written in P by Q form. So which can be written are called rational numbers, and which cannot be written as called as irrational numbers. Let us take few examples for this. Root 2. If you take root 2 value 1.414 so on continuously, you will get numbers. Whereas root 3 value 1.732 so on. Root 5 value 2.236 so on. Like that you will get their answer. And even pi value 3.14 so on. All these numbers we cannot be written in the form of P by Q. Why? Because they are continuing in infinity number of values, you will get like this continuously. So which we cannot be written in the form of P by Q. So such numbers are called irrational numbers, represented with Q dash or S. So this is the another set of numbers apart from rational numbers. So the combination of rational numbers and irrational numbers are put together as real numbers. Q here Q dash means real numbers are nothing but the union of rational and irrational. The union of rational and irrational numbers are called real numbers. Means under real numbers any number may come, either natural number, whole number, integers, rational numbers as well as irrational numbers. Any number may be comes under the part of real numbers represented with or. So this is the introduction of the real numbers. Now let us see another topic, representation of rational numbers on number line, which you already learned in your previous classes. How to represent rational numbers on number line. Number line means you already know. This is called number line, where the integers are denoted 0 here, and positive numbers will be moving like this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 so on, like that continues. And on the left hand side we should take negative values, -1, -2, -3, -4 and -5. See, as per the problem we want to represent 5 by 3, plus 5 by 3 and minus 5 by 3. So what you do, plus 5 means up to plus 5 we have to take on the right hand side, and up to minus 5 we have to take on the left side. Okay. So after that what we have to do, each value we have to divide with 3. Means here as it was given that by 3 is there now. So each one we have to divide with 3. Like minus 5 by 3, it becomes minus 4 by 3, minus 3 by 3. Minus 3 by 3 is nothing but 1. Here minus 2 by 3, minus 1 by 3, 0 by 3 means 0. Here 1 by 3, 2 by 3, here 3 by 3 means 1. Here it becomes 4 by 3, here 5 by 3, and here 6 by 3 becomes 2. Okay, like that we will get after dividing by 3 each number on the number line. Now plus 5 by 3 means from 0 move to 5 parts, means the fifth part you should take it as the 5 by 3 part. You see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You are seeing that here 5 is there as well as 5 by 3. 5 by 3 means this is the fifth part. We should take 5 by 3, represent it as, take the point here. Whereas minus 5 by 3 you will be seeing here. Minus 5 by 3 means from 0 after 5 parts the fifth part becomes as minus 5 by 3. So like that we have to represent on number line. Now let us see finding rational number by mean method. So this is the method to find any rational number between the two given rational numbers. This is the formula which we have to remember. Let a b are two rational numbers, then a plus b by 2 is the rational number lies between a and b. So whenever a b are the two given rational numbers, a plus b by 2 we have to use that formula to find another rational number which is lying between the a and b. Here if you see, we have to find out the rational number between 3 and 4. How many? 2. Okay. For that we have to take the first value as a and the second value as b. Consider, let a equals to 3 and b equals to 4. Okay. Now substitute in the formula a plus b by 2. This is the formula to find the middle rational number. So a means 3 plus 4 by 2. 3 plus 4 is 7, 7 by 2. So 7 by 2 is the rational number between 3 and 4. So how can you represent it as 3 less than 7 by 2 less than 4? Like that we have to represent. It means in between 3 and 4 we are having 7 by 2 as one more rational number. So to find out one more rational number, why? Because here is asking 2 now. We have to take either these two or these two, like a and b. So I am taking these two, let us consider. So what we have to write? Let a equals to 3 and b equals to 7 by 2. Substitute in the formula a plus b by 2. A means 3, b means 7 by 2 by 2. Okay. Now how to do the simplification here? You will get 2 as the LCM, isn't it? So 2 3s are becomes 6 plus 7 divided by 2. It becomes 6 plus 7 is 13 by 2. Okay. Divided by 2 is there. You can support this by 1 so that we will get 13 by 2 and this becomes reciprocal. So that 13 ones are 13, 2 2s are 4. 13 by 4 is the middle rational number lies between these two, first two. First two means how can you represent it is therefore 3 less than the number whatever we got that one, less than 7 by 2 less than 4. So like that we have to continue the process till how many rational numbers he is asking as per the question here. Okay, so this is the method, very important method to find out the rational number between the mean method. See, let us learn the example problems here. Express 7 by 16, 2 by 3, 10 by 7 in decimal form. So how to do in decimal form means, let us take one by one. First 7 by 16. So 16 and 7. It won't go. So you will write here 0 point and carry here 1 0. Now it goes how many times? 16 4s are 64. 6 becomes 60. As point is there, we take a 0. Now 16 3s are 48. 2 1. So 0. Now take 7. 1 12. How much it will be? 8. Already point is there, means you will get a 0. Now 5 times 8. So we got a 0 as the remainder. So what we have to write? It is terminating decimal. Terminating means the decimal here, which we got a 0 as a remainder, means the division is completely over. We got a 0 as the remainder. So such type we will write it as terminating decimal. Now take the second one, 2 by 3. 2 by 3 means we will divide with 3. 2. We will write 0 point, carry 0. 3 6 are 18. 2. Again 0. 3 6 are 18. Again 2 0. 3 6 are 18. So like that it continues, isn't it? So if it continues, what we will write? 0.6 bar, means the digit which one is continuing, we will write it as symbol like this bar. So what we have to write here? It is non-terminating. Non-terminating. Why? Because the division is not completed. We won't get 0 here. So it is non-terminating. And what we are seeing? Recurring decimal. It is continuing like that, continuously. So we have to write it is non-terminating and recurring decimal. Take the last one, 10 by 7. 7 and 10. 7 ones are 7. 3. Already point is there, means it becomes 30. 7 fours are 28. Getting to 0. 7 twos are 14. 6 60. Isn't it? 7 eights are 56. 4 0. 7 fives are 35. How much? 5. Add 0. Now how many times it will go? 7 6 are 7 sevens are 49. 7 sevens are 49. Remainder will be 1. Means if you add 0, 10. 10 means again it is repeating like this from here. Means if you start doing, you will be getting again 4, 2, 8, 5, 7. So instead of writing 4, 2, 8, 5, 7, you can draw like this as a bar sign for that. It means again you will be getting 4, 2, 8, 5, 7 digits. Again 4, 2, 8, 5, 7, like that it continues. So what we have to write lastly? It is also non-terminating and recurring decimal. Non-terminating recurring decimal. See example number 2. Express 3.28 in the form of P by Q, where P, Q are integers and Q is not equal to 0. So here given 3.28, isn't it? How can you write this as 328 by 100? How we got this one? See, after point 2 digits are there, means we have to write 2 zeros after 1. Okay? So then afterwards we have to simplify it, as we can simplify further. 2 ones are, 2 six are, 2 fours are, and here 2 50 times. And again you can simplify it. 2 eights are, 2 twos are, 2 25s are. Okay? So 82 by 25. So always our answer must be in the simplified manner. Okay? So whenever is there any simplification with any table, we have to do that first, and finally our answer should be like this. Okay? So this type is expressing in P by Q form. Now let us consider example 3. Express 1.62. For 62 we are having bar sign in P by Q form, where Q is not equal to 0 and PQ are both integers. So this type of problem you have already learned in the previous classes. Okay? So how to do? First we have to consider, let x equals to 1 point. Here if you see, bar sign is there for the 2 digits. 2 digits means the 2 digits are repeating. Okay? So here also we have to repeat the 2 digits like this. 1 or 2 more times we can repeat. 62 is given, we have written 2 more times. Why? Because it is repeating. Okay? Now let us consider this as the first equation. Now multiply equation 1 by 100. Why? Because if 2 digits are there, you have to multiply with 100. 3 digits are, you have to multiply with 1000. That is depending upon the number of digits in the recurring, okay, digits. So here 2 digits are there recurring, so we should take 100. We should multiply both sides with 100 on the left side and the right side also. So if you multiply with 100, it becomes 100x, isn't it? And this side it becomes 1.626262 into 100, isn't it? Okay? Into 100. So it becomes 100x equals to. So as 2 zeros are there here, the point moves after 2 digits, means 1, 2. So here you will get, means 162.6262 like that you will get after multiplication. Consider this as the second equation. If you see, this is x equals to, this is 100x is equals to. So let us do subtracting second equation with first equation. Second and first one. Second one means 100x equals to 162.6262 so on, isn't it? This one. The first equation we have x equals to 1 point. See, point should come in a straight line. So 1.6262. So like that you will get here. Okay. So if you subtract these two, getting 0 here, 0, 0, 0, 0.161, isn't it? 100 minus 1 means so it becomes 99x on the left hand side. Now after point, if zeros are there, you can strike off. So simply you can write it as x equals to 161 by 99. Is it simplifiable here? No. This we can't able to simplify further. If any fraction is there to be simplified, you can simplify. If it is not possible, you have to leave like this only as the answer. So like this we have to do this exercise. Example 3 problem.